All right, next in the lineup, then we have a Kickstarter or a couple of Kickstarters to chat about this week. The first of which I am super excited about because I actually got to play it and do a demo game for it.
Right.
So it's Oak and Iron from the guys at Firelock Game. 1/600 scale, I believe, naval combat in the golden age of Seal. This stuff is gorgeous.
Yeah, so they're on Kickstarter right now with their new set, which is in 1/600 scale, as you were saying there. You get to play as all the different sort of nations that you might have seen in Firelock Games' other game, which is called Blood and Plunder, which was the game that we had our theme week of not too long ago. And yeah, it just looks absolutely fantastic. You guys were able to play a little bit of a Let's Play of it, which was really fun to see. Sort of getting stuck into the sort of minutiae of how combat works. I love anything that can kind of bring that sort of Sid Meier's Pirates feel to the tabletop. Obviously, that's a little bit more arcadey. But it's been really fun seeing what people have been doing in this. I love all the action shots that they've actually done for the Kickstarter, where you get to see the little tiny puffs of cotton wool cannon explosions. And I would definitely do that if I was putting together a game of this. But hopefully, yeah, you can sort of talk to Justin a little bit more about how this plays, because it was really interesting seeing it sort of played out in our Let's Play and stuff, which will be linked down below as well. So,
yeah, well, I mean, like the main mechanics of this game, it's essentially taking naval combat and giving it a light but deep skirmish rule set, if that makes sense. So if we even look on the screen here, you see along the bottom here, you've got your range ruler. It's showing you in sort of a way of how the ranges would work. So at long range, you're just going to be firing your cannons. At closer range, you're going to get your muskets and maybe your cannons on top of that. So it's those overlapping layers of fires, but it's also getting the correct angles onto the ship. So if you can get someone from the front, shoot straight down through and rake the ship, it is going to wreck the ship.
Wreck and rake.
Yeah, and it's just nice to be able to explore more of this. That, and I was talking to the guys, you can actually use this game system to actually have an interplay between high seas campaign adventures and something a little bit closer in on the Blood and Plunder scale of things. So you can have a nice interplay between the two games.
That's very cool.
It's another way for the guys just to explore more of the historical side, which is what they seem to love doing.
Yeah,
I'm really
I mean, the
this.
naval combat system for Blood and Plunder is good fun.
Yes.
But recreating that on the tabletop with multiple ships.
They actually have done it.
Oh yeah, but how many people can do it at home? Whereas this is much more feasible.
Very good point.
No.
Very good point. It's another way to explore the era. And I mean, like, just looking at some of the stuff, you scroll down here, Jerry, you've got the different sort of markers and stuff. But whenever you go down, they're looking at characters and stuff, and just all the beautiful artwork. And the ships look great as well.
The ships are plastic, are they?
Yeah, I think
believe so. Yeah. I believe so. I mean, like, I hooked up with the guys at Gen Con. They had it across here with us and done our demo game. On the way back, I was so sorry to hear this. On the way back to head to Gen Con, the box got crushed. And all the prototypes got crushed. And so they couldn't bring it to Gen Con. And I was so sad for them.
The thing I was actually going to say, sort of going back to what you were talking about in terms of merging the two games together, I love the idea of taking a map of the Caribbean and putting together a massive campaign with a whole bunch of other people at like a club or at a store or something. Imagine if you had all that sort of playing out, where you had your sort of ships of the line all together, building up your fleets, and you were taking control of different aspects of the Caribbean and sort of like the top of South America, and playing out both sort of naval battles out there in the sort of middle of the ocean, but then also the stuff that happens when all your ships get to land and they start to do their boarding actions and all that kind of thing too. You could have a lot of fun with this when it came to a campaign, I think. So,
you see, for me, I would love to do that, but I would love to have like a home base, so my own little pirate paradise island.
Where
I could just like build stuff up, repair my ships,
going straight to privateer. Then you're not going to be Dutch or English
privateer?
or Spanish or anything like that.
Not privateer, no. Pirate.
Oh, just full on pirate.
Just full on pirate.
Right.
I'm taking no prisoners. I'm just going in. Do you have something shiny in your holds, Mr. Merchant, sir? Yes, that's wonderful. Guess what? Tax.
Wow.
By the way, you can now sail on safely.
My English will be hunting you down, Justin. We'll get you.
Just right you are. It's piracy on the high seas. It's terrible.
What? Nothing wrong with being a pirate. It's a pirate's life for me.